everybody, it's Val, and you are in Valtopia. And it is Tuesday in July, and I'm about to share this everywhere and connect in. I got stuff to talk about. Hey, Leah, and I'm waiting for you all to come on. We're listening to some good music, and we're going to be talking about some good stuff today. So let me just share this. And you know, it is hot. It is hot here in LA right now. And I'm feeling that heat in my hairdo, if you know what I'm saying, honey. But let me share this and share it if you're feeling it. We're going to get into some good stuff today. All right, I'm going to share it to my page. Yeah. Join me. Sharing to my page. And I've been quiet lately. I have been doing some great inner work, and I can feel it, and you'll feel it. And there's a lot of rich content and growth on the other side of laying low for a minute and tucking in, if you know what I'm saying. It's live for... Sharing in the Love Drop, my paid group. Shared in my group, Divine Freedom. You can join me there. Say hello. Say hello. Yay! I'm sharing all over the place. Feel free to share if you're feeling it. Because it's good. Truth or dare. Tuesday, honey. All right. Who's with me? Let's see who's come on now. Say hi if you're here. I'm going to be bringing through some deliciousness. Hey, Amy, how are you? What's going on this delicious Tuesday? And what drew you in today? How did I get to be with you today? And feel free to share this somewhere you think that it's something that would be enjoyed and where we can open up more hearts, more throat chakras, more magic to the mix, right? That's what we're doing here. Hi, Harriet, how are you? So today I want to talk about something that that's coming through for the new moon love drop. You're good, Amy. Okay, good. This is what I want to talk about. Unlocking selfless sensuality. You've been sleeping. Good. Sleep is magic. Sleep is the most magical thing that you could ever do. I feel called to share this a couple more places. It's tricky these days knowing where to share everything, and I want to make sure and connect in with my ladies and gentlemen that want to be a part of this live stream, right? Okay. One more place. All right. Okay. So you've been sleeping. I've been resting too, but I've also been doing a lot of deep inner work and studying and unlocking my own intuition. And here's what's coming through with the current love drops and with my clients and for July. And as we come up in the love drop and in Valtopia, we've come into a space of clearing. We've cleared a lot of heavy and deep, dark entanglements and conditioning and programming that held us down. Our hearts have been on lockdown and they're open now, and our throats were, closed up because we were afraid to speak because of our past. And now we've opened the heart, unlocked the throat, and now we're coming into a place where we can design up from there. We can be in a beautiful central neutral point, love drop center, and go from there. And this is the idea that it's hard for so many because we're afraid to take the space to get into that beautiful center. So that beautiful center from which you can expand or stay in, hopefully. Sometimes you drop down and then you come back into that center. That is so hard for so many of us because it requires, first of all, claiming it. I'm going to take this space for myself and do this for myself so I feel better. And claiming it means owning that you have the right to that. And everything in our conditioning has taught us to be selfless and give to others. And in giving to others in this culture of, put yourself down as the rug so others can walk on you, leaves you left on the floor in a crumpled lump, and everybody's walked on you, and then they're like, well, what good are you laying there on the floor? And you're like, I was just trying to help. Right? Amy says, yes, I've done a lot of work, rested, and now I need to get back to it. Okay, I feel you on the needing to get back to it. And I will tell you that I was doing some cards earlier today, and the honor the masculine card kept coming up. So we are being called to take action, inspired action. And I find when I'm being called to come back from a place of rest, taking the inspired action requires working through any last bits of resistance that might be happening. Hey, Susan, welcome. So we're talking about taking that space for yourself, claiming the right to your own space and quiet and allowing sensuality. Because for so many of us, just the thought of doing something sensual or creative seems frivolous. It seems like a luxury. Isn't it a luxury? That's for people who have money and who have time, and I don't have time. And that's a lie that you've bought. And the truth is, when you claim your value and your worthiness to have space for yourself and to be in your own sensuality, you're actually doing us all a solid by being selfless and taking space and care for yourself and nourishing what opens your cells up and opens your heart up and opens up your creativity. We need you to be in a beautiful space of love and compassion and awakening and creativity. Creativity is what will open things up. And if we're all on lockdown on some rigid schedule that has nothing to do with our internal rhythms and our sensuality, essentially, nobody is driving the ship but somebody else. And we don't want that. Does this resonate with you? Amy says, I'm putting me first for the first time in my life. Yes. And people are dropping off quickly, and it's clearing the way. Good, Amy. Thank you for sharing that. You know what? That is what's hard when we finally do claim, if we've been in a life where we're used to pleasing others and used to accommodating others, maybe we've learned to do that because that was the only way we were safe, right? We had to do it that way, maybe in our family, or we thought we had to comply. And we've gotten used to accommodating others and keeping the peace and not asking questions and not speaking up and not pushing and doing, I'll go ahead and do it. It'll be easier. Let me just do it, right? And when you finally realize, hang on a minute, I don't have to do all that. And they should probably be doing that for themselves because that would actually help them and that would help me and we would all be stronger. Hang on a minute. You see, you start to take things into assessment for what you need. And that's the selflessness. That sounds selfish from the old programming, but the truth is it's selfless for you to thankfully take some time, assess what you need, honor it, and bring it through. Thank you for taking care of yourself. That's awesome. We have this ridiculous notion that if we're taking care of everybody else, everything's taken care of, and meanwhile we're laying there flat on the floor. No, take care of yourself so you can stand up and do more for others. The more nourished and super powered up you are in your own presence, the more you will be able to honor your commitments. And there will be sometimes a time period, Amy, where you got to shift directions. You got to clear the decks. You got to rearrange your priorities. You got to nourish. You got to rest. You've got to integrate where you've been and where you're going. Sometimes there's a down period where you aren't as useful in serving others. the key is, as part of your growth and alignment and creation of yourself, your evolution, you're coming into that nourished, wonderful state of being, and then you are including others in, and it comes as a natural extension of your magnetic, magic well-being, right? And so, Amy, if the people are dropping off, they're not there for you, you know, and they may be afraid of what you're doing. They may not really want to do that for themselves right now, and that's no reason for you to stay in that state of mind if that's not working for you, right? And it's that pocket, this pocket of experience in between where you've been and where you're allowing yourself to come into, that feels more aligned, that feels more empowered, that feels more lit up, that feels more healthy. And it may be really weird to the people you know. That pocket is very special. And I want you to think of the sensuality that you allow yourself in that experience, because the more sensual, the more you feel yourself, the more you allow yourself to feel good in that experience, the more creativity, the more open, the more flexible you'll be, the more joyful vibration you'll be in, and the more that the creation of where you're going will be aligned to that energy of open heart and joy and magic. Does that resonate, Amy? So we are brought to think that it's selfish to do these things for ourselves, but I believe it's truly selfless to honor the vessel that you are. And Amy, if you're extremely sensual, and I'm sure anyone who watches me and is in my tribe, in my community, is extremely sensual, because we are highly aware. We feel no... we have this deeper connection to everything because we've had to, right? And so it's a superpower, and it needs to be exercised and integrated into our experience of who we are now. So don't cry, laugh at yourself for being extremely sensual. Fuck yeah, good. That's you're in touch. So honor that. It's a selfless duty of yours to honor that part of yourself and allow it to be opening up your cells and opening up the connection from Gaia through your heart to the cosmos, so that your center of beingness is a wonderful source of light and creation for all those around you that you are aligned to, right? Rather than being this dark hole of constriction where you're like fucked up and unhappy and it's not working for you and you're resentful and bitter, right? I mean, Catherine, you want that superpower. You have it. You have it. Do you believe that you have this wonderful superpower in you, Catherine? We all do. Are you a feeler or a knower, or do you hear things, or do you feel? Are you a highly sensitive person? A lot of people in my community are. We're psychic, and we're creative, and we're musicians, and we know things and we see things, and sometimes some of us are more practiced at it, and some of us are way advanced, and all of that is just part of who we are. It doesn't matter where you are on that scale. It's just you are who you are, and the more you allow yourself to feel and embody yourself, well, thank you. You're doing us all a favor, because guess what? You came here to be you. You know what I'm saying? Amy says, I work the earth most days. Okay, how do you work the earth? Tell me. And I love that. I'm love and touch with my fairies and the Gaia frequencies, and that connection is so vital. So let's make sure I'm not missing any comments over here. So listen, if you're resonating with this conversation and this feels powerful to you, I want you to join us this month in the Valtopia Love Drop. It's unlocking sensuality. Selfless sensuality, and working through this idea that when we take time for ourselves, we might be wasting time or doing something frivolous. It's not. It's very powerful and important, and the more each of us can resonate within our own frequencies from a place of sensual, open, creative expansion instead of guilt and fear and control and lockdown, well, the more we're all going to just bust open everything, right? Tell me how this feels for you guys. If you're watching the replay, let me know, and I'll put in the comments a link to the Love Drop. I'm doing a free Zoom one-on-one live experience on Thursday in my free group. So if you've never joined me there, come and join me, and it's free, and I'll put a Zoom link, and I will be live, and I'll be connecting with those of you that want to join, and we'll be leading into this topic. And then on Friday, we'll be having the pre-ceremony is at 11. I live stream in the group, the paid group, all the pre-work, which is candles and incense and beautiful calling in all the guides and energy and beautiful, beautiful creative prep. And then we go through the experience together, and we clear, integrate, and activate into a new space. And then we together over the next month come into the next experience, which will be whatever comes through for August. And it's only $46 a month on it. So join us, and you get a deeper access to me. And you also, as a first-time Love Drop member, you get some really great prices on one-on-ones with me. I treat my Love Drop special, baby. And the free Zoom if you're not ready to, if you want to check me out some more and check out the community a little bit more. Amy says, if you remember, will you invite me? Because if I'm awake, I'm busy. Okay, Amy, I would love to invite you. I'll invite you to Thursday. I'll send you a link right now. And I'll send you a link right now to the Love Drop too. You could go ahead and join, and then you would be in there. So thank you for joining me, and I encourage you to take time for yourself. And if this resonates for you, if you're not quite sure how to, if you feel like you're so busy, how do you actually take time? There are secrets. There are power zap for people who are ready. People who are so busy because they have so much going on, like my McBallers who have so much going on and they think they don't have time, but they've got money, they could buy it. Talk to me. I've got magical, zippy things we can do to shift the energy so that you feel really good on the inside while you're McBaller on the outside. You want to feel like that on the inside too, okay? So I'm glad you called me today too, Amy. Thank you, and that's it. That's all I got for you today. Talk to you soon. Bye.